this documentary, we will cover the story of Holocaust survivor Eva Zaret.
She got liberated from the Budapest ghetto, and we have the privilege of hearing some of her stories.
Fear.
Yeah.
That was in my head. Fear. Very, very much afraid of lose. I had many. My mother had 12 siblings, so it was a big family. My father had 2, a brother and a sister. The sister was 7 months pregnant. So my father was murdered. Her brother was shot into the Danube with his wife. Very wealthy. He thought he's going to survive because everybody knew him. And in 2 years, a year and a half time, I was 7 and I was 8 when we were liberated.
What do you think sort of like helped you survive?
What helped me survive, first of all, I was with my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt all the way through. So I was the lucky one because a lot of people lost everybody and they were all alone. Number 2, I had this feeling, this sixth sense, that I have to always be aware of my surroundings. I feel that they are angels, somebody guiding me. After we were liberated by the Russians, they came in, they broke into the wall and with machine guns, and they were looking for Germans. I was born in Budapest, Hungary, that's where I lived. And they saw that half of the ghetto was murdered already. The fear that they were taking, all the time they were taking people out, and already we knew that they're taking them and never to be seen again. Mm-hmm. That was my one fear, that I'm gonna be separated from my mother, grandmother. Packed in, everybody in the ghetto area, they were bringing the Jews and more Jews, and then they were taking them out to the train station, to Auschwitz. One day, my mother was working on bombed out buildings. That's what they had to do. And she came home at night, and all the kids should come down, we're going to take them to outing. I got scared. Something held me back. I shouldn't go. I got so scared that I went under my mattress just in case they're going to come and check the rooms if there are more kids there where the kids are. And I hid myself under the mattress and I didn't even breathe. I was so scared. Somebody was watching me. I was very sick. I had double pneumonia in the ghetto. We were living in the Carpathian Mountain, and it's, I was just saying that we couldn't even go back to Budapest for family visitation. Fascism was terrible, obviously. 70% of the Hungarian Jews were killed. But communism wasn't better either. Finally, I got married, I had a baby, and I was 18, still going 19. And we decided we sent applications that we want to go to Budapest for family vacation, family visitation, to meet our family whom we left behind. And then we will come back. So we went, and while we were visiting, the Hungarian Revolution broke out. And again I saw the whole city bombed out. People were killing each other. Now they were killing the Russians. That's all I knew till my 20th birthday, which was then when I was there visiting, is horror and killing and hatred, which boomerangs. Very few, and I was looking for the good people, fine people, and I found good people. But other than that, was all scary and terrible. And we decided we're going to escape and come to America. So it wasn't easy because we had the baby. So we had to just put on whatever 2-3 pieces of cloth and a coat and the baby and whatever we had food, not much food again. And we went to Austrian town. Austria opened its borders for the Hungarians because of the revolution. And you could escape. You could escape and go into Austria because during communism, the Soviet Union, you couldn't come or go anywhere. And we went to Austria, and we went to then Austrian village, and then to the capital, which was Vienna, and we went to the American embassy, and we asked permission to come to the United States. And we got, well, I'm telling you this story because during the going to the ghetto, I saw a lot of horror, and I, saw babies thrown out of the mother's arms and thrown to the wall, and killing and shooting, and people came into the ghetto. We had to put our hands up, and you never know who was killed. So I went through a lot, and I was afraid, but slowly I met some good people, and I felt that they are still good people in this world. And when we were standing in line in Austria, this a woman came and touched me because my baby was crying in my arm. She was hungry and wet. So I told you the story how she took us back to her house and gave me all that food and everything. So that made me realize that there are a lot of good people, not all bad, because when we were walking to the ghetto, our neighbors, it's a big city, we were walking in the middle of the boulevard, and both sides of the boulevard was packed with Hungarian people, kids and grown-ups, and yelling us and throwing to us things like stones and on us. And the hatred, you go to die, and dirty Jew, and all that hatred. So I wanted to get everything out of it and come to this wonderful country of America. And we got the orders and everything, and we came on a boat, and we went on a boat December 25th, and we arrived January 7th, 1957, to America. And when I saw the Statue of Liberty, I knew I am in a wonderful place. And the most important thing was, by then I was 19. When I came to this country, I was 20. So I am living here a long time.
How do you feel?
I go out, and because I'm a Holocaust survivor, and not many left, they died out. And I am still learning biblical history and Bible studies, because I was very angry and I didn't know where to put my anger when I was a child. So I was angry at God and I talked a lot to God. So when I didn't have to work sometime with 3 jobs, when I got a little better off, I joined the JCC and I learned biblical history and Bible from Teret Cohn and then Jody Hirsch. 46 years I'm learning. But mostly I wanted to know the Jewish history, how we survive. Survivor is very important for me. And when I talk to the kids, I tell them the worst thing that you do is hate or don't accept. Don't, if you are not kind to one another, that's where problem slips in. Anger is not so good. And people get angry at each other when they hate one another. Just forget it. Love and care about one another. And live as a Jew is very important for me. I have two children, 2 daughters. One, the baby that I brought here. And then I had a baby here, which is my American daughter. I call her the American daughter, Lisa. And I have 4 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. And my oldest great-granddaughter, the 29th of April, going to be 16-year-old, living in Colorado. And the second one going to have her bat mitzvah. So we're going the 18th of May.
That's my part.
Yes. So those, you can imagine how I feel to see one child after another having bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah and the freedom that we have in this country.